Welcome back to Mutual of Terror. Our producers have received many letters following our last episode on ODAT. Many of you wanted to know more about the hierarchy and order of battle within ODAT units. Well, our producers heard you loud and clear, so today we are taking a deep dive into the ODAT modified Table of Organisation and Equipment. To fully understand the hierarchy of the orbital drop armour teams, we need to begin at the very top. At the apex of imperial authority stands, of course, the Emperor. Beneath him is the Magister Militum, more commonly known as the Lord Field Marshal. The Lord Field Marshal commands all of the Empire's military forces in the Emperor's name. From there, the Imperial military branches into two major arms, the Fleet and the Ground Forces, each commanded by a Field General. This distinction is important because naval warfare and planetary occupation are treated as separate commands. And that, in part, is what makes ODAT such an administrative nightmare for the Empire's clerks. ODAT units are assigned to drop cruisers, specialised warships responsible for delivering them to target worlds and retrieving them after the mission. While aboard a drop cruiser, an ODAT unit falls under the authority of the fleet's Field General. But the moment those tanks make planetfall, command transfers to the Ground Forces Field General. In effect, ODAT lives between two worlds, naval in transit, ground force in battle. Now that we understand the higher command structure, let us look at ODAT organisation itself. ODAT is organised into regiments. Each regiment contains 6 squadrons, 5 combat squadrons and 1 administrative squadron, which handles personnel, maintenance and logistics for the regiment. Regiments are not assigned to individual drop cruisers. Instead, they are attached to fleets. On average, a fleet carries 2 ODAT regiments spread across roughly 12 to 14 drop cruisers, in addition to the fleet's battleships, battle cruisers, destroyers and other warships. Each ODAT squadron is equipped with one of 2 primary main battle tanks, the Abrams M1A4 or the Sutherland. Both are purpose-built for orbital insertion and should not be confused with the Ground Force's more conventional Mammoth tank. Each ODAT tank carries a crew of 4: commander, gunner, driver and loader. A standard squadron fields 6 tanks, although in certain campaigns throughout Imperial history, modified squadrons of 8 tanks have been deployed, with the additional vehicles configured for specialised mission roles. When an ODAT unit deploys, the operation begins aboard the drop cruiser. Standard drop cruisers contain 6 drop bays, while larger classes may carry as many as 12. After receiving the mission briefing, crews move to their tanks and prepare for launch. The process of deployment, known informally as dropping tanks, is controlled entirely by fleet personnel. Central to this process is the drop master, the officer responsible for managing the physical deployment of the tanks and ensuring that only combat-ready vehicles are cleared for insertion. Contrary to popular belief, the drop master is not part of ODAT itself. It is a specialised naval rating created by the fleet specifically for armoured orbital deployment. Once the drop master has guided the tanks onto their drop sleds and into the drop bays, control passes to drop control. Drop control ensures the cruiser is at the correct position, speed and vector to give ODAT units the ideal descent path to their target zone. When the tanks strike the surface, explosive bolts release them from their sleds, and the crews drive immediately toward a pre-programmed rally point loaded into the mission computer during planning. Once the unit has regrouped on the ground, it begins its advance toward the objective. Unlike conventional ground forces formations, which rely heavily on infantry or drop marine support alongside the Mammoth tank, ODAT operates differently. These units are not merely the spearhead of an assault, they are the very tip of the spear. ODAT specialises in a brutal, fast-moving style of warfare, descending hard, striking deep and destroying anti-air defences and major resistance centres before the enemy can recover. Their role is to shatter the target zone so the rest of the Imperial war machine can move in behind them and secure the planet. If you would like to learn more about ODAT, keep writing to our producers so that we here at Mutual of Terror can continue bringing you the stories you want to see. And if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, share and comment. It truly means a great deal to us. Subscribe as well so you can be notified whenever new videos are released. You can also learn more about the ODAT universe at millscifiauthor.com. Sign up for the newsletter, don't worry, we promise not to spam you. Or join the fan community on Facebook by searching for Imperial Command.